Greetings, travelers, and welcome to another episode of Golden Sun, The Lost Age, presented by Drago Breach, and this will be the final episode. First thing I'm going to do is show off some summons, because I haven't actually done too much of that yet. If somebody would mind entering a battle with me, please, kindly, and thank you. Okay. I don't normally have this much. Thank you for taking a while. Anyway, Sharon we have seen plenty of times with Doulahan, who I kept calling Durandal for some reason in the last battle. Let's summon Catastrophe. Who just looks ominous. Now, I've already set up everybody for a particular class showcase. So, this is going to be interesting. But anyway, Catastrophe just, yeah, it looks great. We're going to start powering people up, and I don't want those djinn to be on. But I can turn them off, so that's not a big deal. Thank you. Okay, so, against you guys, we are going to show off Azul. And defend, defend, defend. Azul also, these summons from the summon tablets all just look spectacularly painful. I mean, seriously. Yeah. I would be surprised if any of them survived. Let's just make absolutely sure. Go to djinn again. Turn off. That should be fine. Okay, so we've seen Sharon, Catastrophe, and Azul. Who do we get to see this time? Daedalus. Or Daedalus, technically. We've seen... No, we haven't. Shoots missiles. This is a multi-turn one, so unfortunately we're not going to get to see the full effects. Actually we'll get to... Okay. That probably will not restore enough for... yeah. But we're just going to... We're going to let this one play out because it's kind of interesting how this actually works. Because... there you go. It is a multi-turn attack that does not deal big damage until its second turn. So, yeah, something to keep in mind if you're going to be using Daedalus. Okay, so... I'm not sure I actually... This party might not have what I need to show off all. There is actually a reason I want to keep as many of them turned off as possible right now. Okay, so next is... yeah, I don't have the most powerful one, because I need more fire. Okay, I can switch to the other group easily enough. Anyway, Kodalaku, who is actually one of my favorites, for various reasons. And you'll see why in just a moment here. This one does not actually deal damage. Oops, I probably should not have. It restores you and grants you regeneration. So, in the way, I think it's 5 turns of regeneration. Anyway, it clips. That did target both of you, right? Yes, it did. Okay. So now we get to see another one because, you know, good reasons. Okay. Might go ahead. Who has a lot of fire equipped right now? You do, okay. That should be enough to show off the ultimate summon. Watch me have reduced another element below where it should be. Which is entirely possible. Come on. You want to show off these summons. Oh, poor guy. I don't have enough water. Ulysses is new. So is Horace. So let's go with you. Getting the right party set up after I've edited things is always going to be interesting. Now, of course, the more djinn that it takes, the more powerful the attack. Okay. I am missing... What did you water? Water and earth. I have enough wind, so let's do that. Hopefully that'll give me enough. Shuffling around my party a little bit more than I was anticipating. Iris. Finally we can show off the most powerful... Oh, you only required 4? Okay. I really want to show off Iris because you rarely get to see Iris because it is your reward for beating Dulan. And it is incredible. It's pretty much bragging rights to get Iris because you're unlikely to ever really get to use it except for maybe against Doom Dragon. And if you use this against Doom Dragon, you're overkilling just flat out. It's cruel. Because right there, you also get a massive full party because it gets your back party as well. That's the incredible part. Okay, I was able to get everything. So let's. It was Garet. That okay. That's the party that I had originally. There's a reason I'm showing off this particular party. Okay, come on. I have a few more to show off. Not too many. I only have one more show off. Is that right? It was shown... Yeah, I only have... Okay. Oh, I've shown off those two. I have not shown off those two. Oh, good, okay. Bend, bend, bend. I kind of find it interesting because Ulysses in I guess that could be his wife. I don't know. Okay, so we have 2 more to show off. So this shouldn't take too much longer. But I did say that I was going to show them off. So I am going to stick to my word. Moloch. Yeti on all 4s. And you can see that this does significantly less damage than previous summons. Let's get through this quickly, because you guys can't really deal that much damage. And final one. I might have actually shown off Flora. I can't remember. No, I have not. But Flora's kind of interesting. And there we go. That is all the summons that you get throughout the game. And it still did not kill them. That's kind of hilarious. Yeah, they didn't have Megiddo. Yep, overkill. Okay. Now, they will not recover in town. That is one weakness. Is that you kind of have to be walking around in a quote-unquote dangerous area for the djinn to recover. Should be one more? Oh no, I need 2 more. Okay. 1. Oh, of course you guys decide to do that. I am not dealing with you right now. Oh, okay. That should have required 2. Make sure that we don't have... Okay. So, let's get into showing off classes and party recommendations. Now, this first one is not... Okay, it is more powerful than everybody having their one elemental and stuff like that. First of all, I do want to show that Felix has the Trainer's Whip equipped, and Ivan has the Tomgathericon equipped. That is going to be important. Anyway, Mia is going to be in the Guru class, which is actually one of her more powerful classes, and starts her off being Water Seer, but quickly changes to a Pilgrim, who actually starts to get some pretty powerful synergies with Drenched Deluge and the Prism series. Unfortunately, she does lose her healing. Let's see, there should be a change coming up. Yep, okay. So we gain the Volcano series, and thankfully she actually does get the Wish series. She doesn't have single target curing, but she does have multi-target. And Water Monk, if you remember, was one of her most powerful classes in the previous game. This time we're going further into Guru, which has some massive stat changes, makes her incredibly durable, and gives her a lot of synergy. Isaac, we're going to be starting with his 2 Earth, but then we're going to be quickly changing him to an apprentice who has Astral Blast, Grand Gaia, so he has some powerful things, debuffs to put on enemies, including Haunt and Curse, and Side Drain, because reasons. Now, it is unfortunate that I believe he does permanently lose, not permanently, but he loses Odyssey, which is a very powerful. But he gains Thundermine. Thundermine is kind of fun. And finally, we go from Conjurer to War Adept, which is one of his most powerful classes. Some people consider it to be his third most powerful class in the game. So, really on up there. And Garet, surprisingly, we're going to be putting him into his strongest class in this game. First of all, we're changing him immediately to a Brute who has Planet Diver, the Growth series, the Blast series, some powerful debuffs in Haunt and Curse, and we're losing the Volcano series. Here we're going to gain the Spire series. No change here. I don't think there was a change. Okay, yeah, there was no change there. Here we change it to the powerful Samurai class. Now, if you remember correctly, the Samurai class was one of the most powerful classes for Garet in the last game. Here he gains Dragon Cloud, Demon Knight, Helm Splitter, Quick Strike, Rockfall, the Rockfall series, the Lava series, some powerful buffing spells for his party, and he actually lost the Planet Diver and Clace and the Spire series. Now we get to see his most powerful class in this game, the Ronin, which gains Epicenter, Thorny Grave, and Skull Splitter. It does lose some of the unique spells from Samurai with Dragon Cloud, Demon Mist, and Helm Splitter, but I think it's made up for. Anyway, Sheba is actually going to be entering arguably her most powerful class as well. Immediately we get the Bolt series, Growth series, and Cure series. Nothing there. We are going to gain Revive, Ward, and Resist, so, you know, some nice things to have. No change there. No change there. We are going to gain Haunt, Curse, and Condemn. What? Oh, we also gain the Froth series, which is actually new to this game. We lose Growth, Resist, and Bind. Not terrible loss, honestly. And, of course, at this point, we're a medium. We're going to upgrade her to the Pure Mage, which, with the Prism series, the Plasma series, the Wish series, she's just... Now, unfortunately, you do lose some of those things. Oh, right. Well, individual curing is not going to matter too much in for that. But anyway, yeah, on this party alone, we have two very powerful abilities to, what am I trying to say? To heal the entire party. Anyway, Jenna, as you can see, it doesn't really matter. I mean, she's going to be losing... Right, she doesn't have... Okay. She's not losing much, but she's going to start gaining massive things, including, you saw those debuff spells. Let's see, what does this put her into? Okay, this is actually a pretty powerful series. Right here, she becomes a Templar, and she gains Plume Edge, the Thorn series, the Blast series, the Ply series, the Wish series. She becomes a powerful force, and now arguably her most powerful class in the game, the Paladin class. And actually, no, there actually might be a more powerful class. I'm sorry, I may have spoken too soon, because I think there's one or two more classes for her that are more powerful. Anyway, for him it's going to be kind of interesting because you're not going to notice as much change for him right away. But just to go over his spells, he has Whiplash, Wild Wolf, Emu, Rock, Salamander, the Impact series, the Cure and Restore, Grind. Oh, okay, those are from Synergy Stones. But you're not seeing much change, and there's a reason for this. And now the change starts happening. He becomes a trainer who now gains Orc, Harpy, Grand Golem, Cerberus, Wyvern, and Pixie. He does lose the previous ones in the series that are significantly weaker, but that doesn't even matter because we're going to be doing it again. This time with Dinox, Griffin, Living Armor, Chimera, Blue Dragon, Fiery, or Fairy, Elderwood, and Lich. He loses the previous weaker spells. And again, going to Beast Lord, he gains Troll, Minotaur, Ghost Soldier, Mace Tail, Fire Dragon, Weird Nymph, Succubus, Esterwood, Manicore, and Phoenix. He has some powerful spells there, and I do want to actually show those off. Piers, sorry about that, Piers immediately changes to the Pilgrim class, and he has some pretty powerful spells right away, actually, which is kind of good. I do not like his Admiral class. There are people who argue that it's actually pretty powerful. I don't, because he doesn't have the Wish series. And immediately we see as an ascetic, he gains the Wish series. And he also has some powerful spells, as we have been seeing. It takes him a while to gain spells. Now he gets the Slash series. Some powerful buffs for his party. Unfortunately, he does lose the Wish series. I did not remember that. Oh well, not a big deal. And anyway, on to Ivan, the Dark Mage. Call Zombie, the Heat series. He has some interest. The Dark Mage is an interesting series. And kind of like the Tamer series, you don't really start seeing gains until now, where he changes to the Crypt Lord. Now, he doesn't start gaining immediate spells, but we go from Call Zombie to Call Demon, and I believe that, yep, that's it. And now, Call Dullahan. Yeah, kind of insane, but I did say I wanted to go over spells right quick. Anyway, so yeah, it summons these things to do kind of quick damage. It's kind of like a djinn summon, but you don't have the weakness of having to get rid of djinn. So, as you can see, yeah, I mean, he actually can do quite a bit of healing, which is a surprise. And Phoenix, of course, revives. So this is a very powerful class setup. Okay, Zombie, command a zombie to strike a foe, strike with the Demon's Fury, and strike with the Dullahan's Might. You can imagine that this does get incredibly powerful. Okay, so now we are going to pause so that I can prepare my next setup, and we're going to be doing this a few times. But this is a pretty, I mean, you can already see that this is very much more powerful than the basic thing the basic classes that I ran through the game with, because already Isaac has, actually no, that's less attack power than he had against Dullahan. But in general, they have better stat spreads, and they are incredibly powerful. Anyway, like I said, we're going to be moving on to the next setup, so give me a moment. Okay, next party setup is, as you can see, we start with Sheba and Mia already in their classes, and the reason is because we've already shown the Pure Mage and Guru. Felix and Isaac are also in this party, and this is the second party. It'll make more sense as we go through it. Anyway, we changed him to a Brute. We've actually already seen this, but I figured I would show it again, simply because we haven't shown Felix in this class, and this is arguably one of his most powerful classes. Again, it is the Ronin. Isaac is actually going to be in his second most powerful class. You might notice something interesting. It is the Necromage. Same as we had Ivan in last time. But it is actually considered his second most powerful class. Anyway, something new. The thing that I can't say. Yeah, so it's kind of interesting. He's about kind of trickery and stuff like that. We'll quickly see that it's maybe not as defensive or survivable as some other classes, but it's still quite powerful. Now he changes to a Harlequin. He doesn't actually gain any synergy there. He does here as he changes to a Punchinello. He gains Backstab. And finally, to the Acrobat, and no changes here. We're actually going to be showing off Jenna's, I think, second most powerful class. Which, it looks like we're starting her off very similarly, and that's because we're starting her off with the Earth synergy as well. But we're going to be changing things up by giving her Wind synergy. Actually, that did not change anything. And we can see that she changes to a Samurai. We've actually kind of seen this series with Isaac before, but it is actually a very powerful class for Jenna as well. As far as Garet, we've seen this already. It's the Beast Lord. And actually, I'm going to do this the easy way and only show off the last one. And as we can see, it's the same deal. As far as Ivan, we're actually going to be changing him to another class that we have seen before, so I'll only show off the last one again, and that is the Pure Mage. This is arguably his most powerful class to be in, so it is a nice little class for him to have. This is a pretty powerful and pretty fantastic party setup, honestly. But there's actually some more powerful ones as far as like dishing out damage, and actually staying pretty good for healing as well. Okay, Sheba and actually, let's see. Garet stays in his class. No, he doesn't. He changes. Okay. But it's a class that we've already shown off before. Let's see. Is there anything different here? Yes, there is. Okay. The only one that's really different, we've shown off Felix as a Beast Lord before. Let me arrange the party, at least. Garet, Isaac, Mia. So, pretty familiar. Piers, Felix, Jenna, Ivan. Okay. This party setup is similar enough that I'm not going to waste too much time, but Sheba stays as a Pure Mage. Garet becomes a Ronin, which we've shown off before, and I have said that is arguably Garet's strongest class. Isaac is going to be a Necromage again, which I said is his second strongest class. We have not seen his strongest class yet. Mia's going to stay as a Guru, which is arguably her most powerful class. There might be one more powerful than it. Piers actually changes to another class. I'm going to set up for that right quick. Felix becomes a Beast Lord. We've already shown that off. Jenna stays... Jenna... Actually, she changes to a Ronin as well. I will tell you the djinn setup rather than changing into that because we've seen Ronin already. It's 5 Earth, 4 Wind. And Ivan gets to stay as a Pure Mage. So let's see, djinn setup. We need to actually take off that item first. Puts him in a surprisingly weak class. What we need is 4 Wind and 5 Fire. So we've already... okay. Who doesn't... ah, you don't know you do. Right, Felix... Let's see, what would Felix need? 3 fire, 3 wind, and 3 water. That actually works fine. 4 wind, 4 fire. Wait, 4 wind? 4 wind, 5 fire. Now, actually, wait. 3 fire, 3 wind, 3 earth. Right? No. Okay. Felix is not quite set up correctly, and Isaac... Basically, no. Anyway, right now I'm not too terribly concerned with that. I actually wanted to show off Piers' change here for a Warlock, because it actually is a little bit interesting. Warlock is not a powerful class necessarily, but it does synergize pretty well with our setup, with the class setup that we would be using here. Because I believe it's here. Slot? No, I don't. Because I think. Nope. Because we have the slash deluge, eruption. We have some pretty powerful synergies here, but it's not, of course, the best. Let's see. I think we've shown off Ivan. No, we have not, because that's his most powerful class. Felix is his most powerful. Okay. So we are going to have to take a break here to set up everybody in various classes, because we're actually going to be showing off some pretty powerful ones. This is where we start getting insanely good. So, pardon me for just one moment. Okay, as far as this party setup goes, there's actually only 3 new classes, but I'll go over them right quick. Ivan, we're going to start off by, well, something rather from the... Actually... Okay, so we gained the Wish series. I think he's going to keep that. Anyway, we're going to be changing to the Sage class here. And finally, to the Wizard class, which is one of his most powerful classes, probably actually his most powerful class. And Felix here will be changing to his most powerful class, starting off by changing, no change there, changing him to a Knight. Need to go over what that does. Anyway, to a Brute, actually we've seen that before. We gain the Spire series. Planetary, which is a pretty powerful single target attack. He loses Planet Diver, so not a big deal. And he changes to the Chaos Lord, which is a new class for this game, and is arguably his most powerful, is arguably Felix's most powerful class. For Isaac, we're actually going to be doing something a little bit different. We've actually seen, I believe it was the Enchanter, or yeah, it was definitely not the Conjurer class, the Enchanter class, I believe, in the previous game. But now we're going to be going to his to a okay class. It's a lot of people will compare it to his Slayer class in terms of usefulness. And of course we have Sheba as a wizard, which is her most powerful class. Mia also as a wizard, which is, I believe, her second most powerful class. It is slightly above Guru. Garet is going to be a Chaos Lord as well. It's better to have him as a Ronin, but the Chaos Lord is no slouch. Jenna, again, better to have her as a... wait, what was she last time? Was it Ronin? Yes, Ronin. It's better to have her... Actually, no. This is actually considered more powerful for her, isn't it? Versus... No, it's about the same. most people will... Yeah, okay. And Piers as a guru, which is actually a pretty good class for him, all things considered. Let's see, is there anything new for the next class setup? There is not. So I'll go ahead and just rearrange the party to match. So we have Sheba, Garet, Isaac. One thing that you'll notice as a common theme is Isaac is usually up front because he is an incredibly powerful character, and it's better to lead with as much power as you can. Felix, Jenna, Piers. Okay. The thing is about this particular party setup is there's nothing new here. Sheba will be a necromage, which means that she will be equipped with 3 earth, 3 fire, 3 water, and the tome Gethericon. Garet will be a Ronin, which, like I said, is his most powerful class. Isaac will be a Master. Oh no, that is a different one. Okay, I need to equip for that, because that is Isaac's most powerful class. Anyway, Mia is a Guru. Actually, Guru might be better. Guru and Wizard are about equally. Guru is probably the... I think Guru might be my preferred class for her. I can't remember. Ivan will be a Pure Mage. And actually, Pure Mage might be better for him than Wizard. No, they're about the same, ratings-wise. Felix will be a Master, which is pretty well tied, actually, for... And actually, both Isaac and Felix are in their Master class. Anyway, I'll show that off with Isaac, and tell you what the difference is for... Actually, they're the same. They have the same djinn setup. Jenna in her Ronin class, and Piers in his Admiral class. I get to me that just is like he's the leftover basically. Anyway, for you need... Okay, for Master, okay. We need 4 fire. 4 fire. And 5 wind, is that correct? 4 fire, yep, okay. So, not much changed from what he was before, but this will be the same thing that Felix needs to be equipped with to enter the Master class. Anyway, we start off by changing him into a Brute. We've seen a lot of this already before. Things start to... Did that change his class? It did not. Okay. No real change until here, where we become a Samurai. Now, you'll notice that this is very similar, except it has lower activation requirements, and then he becomes a Disciple, which has some very powerful synergy. So you're probably thinking there's not much that you can improve upon for this, but Masterclass. Significant increase in all stats, and he keeps the powerful the incredibly powerful synergy from the previous class. So this is considered to be Isaac's most powerful class. And really, for the last one, I do want to show it off because the hilarious thing is it puts so many people into easily their most powerful classes, except for, in my opinion, probably the most useless of the characters. And we'll get to that in a moment. So, for the moment, just give me a second and I will bring everybody up to speed. Okay, now this party setup is kind of interesting because, like I said, it's going to take advantage of the strongest classes for pretty much everybody except for one. And some of you might know who it is. Anyway, going to djinn, we have Sheba as the wizard class, which gives her incredibly powerful access to the Prism series, the Plasma series, the Wish series, the Impact series, Drain series, and that's really it. She just loves dealing damage, and on a chance where, oh wait, somebody needs healing, she can heal. Felix has access to his incredibly powerful Chaos Lord series, which has Planetary, the Spire series, the Growth series, which actually can do a decent amount of damage, but is nowhere near as nice as either Spire or the Nova series, especially. Of course, access to Revive, some powerful debuffs for the enemy teams, and so on and so forth. Isaac, of course, has to be in his Master class, which gives him access to Death Leap, the Shuriken. I didn't actually realize that. Oh well. Shuriken series, Annihilation, the Punji series, the Bomb series, which is actually very powerful, the Gale series, the Thunder series, just incredibly powerful. Mia is going to be in her arguably most powerful class. Let's see if there's... yeah, okay. Which is going to have access to Deluge, but more importantly, Prism and Volcano series. The Wish series, of course. The ability to break the enemy's buffs, restore, cure poison, just, in general, very powerful. I do prefer Mia in this class. Ivan in his Wizard series, we've already shown this off, but it just needs to be said, it's powerful. Garet in his Ronin series, let's see if we can do this without... no, we cannot. Okay. But we've already kind of seen what his very powerful synergies are. Jenna in her Master class, we haven't actually shown her off in the Master class yet, but it's the same deal as her future husband, Isaac. She is very powerful in this class. Easily in her most... this is easily one of her most powerful classes. She, of course, loses access to healing, but then again, the Aura series was never that great. As far as Piers, I like him as a character, but his classes have never really been all that great. Let's see, what does he lose? He loses the Cure, but he keeps... oh, he gains the Better Ply series, and he keeps Wish. That's good so far. Okay, so far nothing horrible. I didn't realize that he loses the Ply series? Avoid's not that big of a loss. And he goes back to the Cure series. I'd rather... See, he's interesting in that way. At the very least, he keeps the Wish series, which is an amazing series as far as healing goes. But as you can see, this is what a lot of people consider the best characters, the best class setup to go into the meta with. Especially considering that you have 7 of your 8 Adepts in what is considered their most powerful class roles. Let's see, are there any other interesting classes to go over right quick? We've already shown off Felix and Garet, and we've shown off a lot of people in the Ronin class, which is a very powerful class. It remains to be a very well-liked class. Felix is the #1 Chaos Lord. Felix and Garet are considered the best Ronins. Although I would still say that Isaac and Jenna make pretty good Ronins. Felix and Garet in their paladin classes, Isaac in his master, like nobody compares to Isaac in his master class. It's one of the best. Isaac and Jenna make the best necromages. There are, of course, some other powerful necromages. Isaac makes a decent war adept, although his master class and his necromage class easily outstrip it. Wizard classes are excellent classes, especially for Ivan and Sheba. Pure Mage is again, it's a great class. Between Wizard and Pure Mage, it's a little difficult to decide sometimes. But Wizard has more access to... has better access to very powerful elemental attacks. So, there is that. Mia is a little hard to put together, but Guru is probably her best class. Although she doesn't slouch as a Pure Mage either. But Guru is really good. Honestly, yeah, that's the hilarious thing. In my notes, I can't really find a good class for Piers, which is hilarious. Because honestly, Piers, let's see, as a Guru might be his best class, and he's not a very good Guru. Piers just does not synergize very well with the rest of the party, is one of the biggest problems that I have with him, and honestly that a lot of people who strategized for the meta really had with him. He's not that great of a character. He's not that great of an adept. Like I said, I do like him as a character. It's just using him in battle is so difficult. It's like, yeah, Sheba and Ivan are frail, true, but they hit like a truck, and they do not back down. Felix is always powerful. Isaac is insane. This is why I like the Megiddo on him. That 952 attack, backed up by his pretty powerful Earth synergy to begin with. So, I mean, it's really nice. Especially that Megiddo on him can deal a boatload of damage. Vengeance is no slouch either, especially now that he has the very, very high power in wind, which is kind of ironic. To deal the most damage in this class setup, you might want Soul Blade on him and Tisiphone Edge on him for various reasons. Mia just is astounding, honestly. Ivan as a wizard is no slouch. Honestly, at this point, giving Garet either Excalibur or Tisiphone Edge is going to be your best option. But as you can see, he does have a lot of power everywhere except for water as a Ronin. Same thing here. I mean, honestly, if Dullahan did not have Djinn Storm, which reset all your Djinn to 0, I would have been using this party setup to deal the absolute most amount of damage possible. Because, honestly, he wouldn't have stood a chance. But with Djinn Storm, he just says, you're reset, you're all done for. And that's kind of the problem with that battle. But these classes are still nothing to laugh at. They can deal a massive amount of damage. And this very long episode is basically me just telling you what classes I would recommend and what setups I would recommend for meta. And Golden Sun's meta is one of the big reasons that I would love to see GBA games appear on the Switch's, whatever you want to call it, the virtual console-like system where you can play NES games online. Being able to play GBA games like this online, and like Final Fantasy Tactics Advance and Advance A2 Rift of the Grimoire. I think it's Rift of the Grimoire. Watch me be wrong on the name. It doesn't matter much anyway. Being able to play those games, being able to get back into the meta for those games would be absolutely astounding. Because I sincerely love these games and I love getting into the meta. And I was there when people were just discussing how the meta would work, how things should be put together, best classes, best everything. And I really enjoyed it. I really did. I think I did a decent job showing off some things, but if you have any questions, feel free to post in the comments below. Just, here's a question for this, here's a question for that. If I don't know the answer, I can at least link you to an FAQ that might be able to explain some of the things. I might be able to direct you towards a wiki that explains some alternate methods for getting things. Now, one thing that I will tell you is that I do not have the best equipment set up, and that's partly because I did not have very good luck rolls as far as mithril ore and everything like that. It happens. But I made the best of the situation that I had, and I hope you all enjoyed this. And it inspires you to maybe check it out on the Wii U eShop, or see if you can hunt down a cartridge for these games, because they are spectacular, especially considering that Camelot really hasn't been doing too terribly much lately with RPGs, and I really would like them to get back into it. I'm not going to say that Camelot is doing a bad job. I think they actually have been working with Smash Brothers for Wii U and 3DS, and Smash Brothers for and Smash Brothers Ultimate for the Switch. So that is all I have for today. So for the time being, this will be Draco Breach reporting out. God bless, and safe travels. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Farewell.